Now, obviously guys, for the movie and fun, heck yeah, let's do it. But for real life, not a great example. Hi-ho everybody, it's the Gringo Scott here today, bringing you another daily dose of movie reviews with a life lesson. Today we are looking at the comic book classic movie, Deadpool 2016. Be sure to subscribe for more interesting movie-themed activities with life lessons. Now, let's get started. Let's check out Deadpool 2016. This is from the internet. Wade Wilson is a former Special Forces operative who now works as a mercenary. His world comes crashing down when evil scientist Ajax, or Francis, tortures, disfigures, and transforms him into Deadpool. The rogue experiment leaves Deadpool with accelerated healing powers and a twisted sense of humor. With help from mutant allies Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Deadpool uses his new skills to hunt down the man who nearly destroyed his life. Couple things that aren't right. He already had a twisted sense of humor to begin with. He was offered to do this in order to get powers because he had cancer and that was his option. And B, this is something he decided. He just made it harder on himself than he really had to. But I guess more or less this is the general summary of this one. Deeper meaning in this one. I see that lack of humility and too much pride causes the whole quest for vengeance on both sides, the villain and our protagonist part. It causes it. If either one would have at some point in the chain of vengeance, get you back, let it go, it would have stopped. It really would have stopped. But our protagonist is so prideful and so vengeful, I guess. I don't know. I like him, but that's how he kind of is, I guess. He's such an ego. He literally was wanting to get revenge on someone that was kind of the agreed thing that was going to happen. Now the guy wasn't kind and nice, he was a jerk, but they could have just let it go. You made things 10 times worse because you wouldn't let it go. Now, in the case of making a good story where the superhero is a kind of superhero, kind of vengeance-driven person, I say, hell yeah, In the case, or in a way of building a really effective life, to build a life worth living, I'll say, no, que no. Here's the reality, guys. Hurt actions create more hurtful actions, which in turn creates suffering in the world. And guys, that is not my purpose here. I want to reduce the suffering, not increase the suffering. So sometimes you got to put the pride inside and say, hey, you know what? I chose to do this thing. I didn't like how it went. I didn't like that guy. He is a jerk. But he did serve a purpose, and now I'm better now, and I have to let it go and move on, because by not letting it go, I'm going to create more suffering in the world. Now, obviously, guys, for the movie and fun, heck yeah, let's do it. But for real life, not a great example. Because if I really think about it, because he didn't let his pride go, and then he ends up killing all these people in the name of pursuing this guy who was already an injured person to begin with, who he had made a contract with, which was kind of agreed upon, but he made it worse for himself because he had to antagonize the guy. He goes and kills a bunch of the guys that work for the guy. They have family. They grow up. They end up hating. They create this whole evil cess of hurt people who go out hurting people. In reality, it's a really horrible thing. But in the movie, it's cool and we don't think about it too much. I get it. And guys, that's my take on this. But with all of my advice, take what you want and leave the rest. Because you know what, guys?
I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy.
My overall opinion of this movie. The bad. So as you saw from the description of the internet guide, this movie has an incredibly long, awful torture scene. It's a little bit disturbing. It goes on and on. You're like, dude, come on. I get it. Just show he was getting tortured. I think it's so detailed in him. And just know that Ajax likes his job a lot. Another thing, guys, the CGI is pretty low budget. It looks low budget. It looks like cartoony. But that's fine. I don't mind that. It was low budget. That's cool. The other thing is the costume. Like Colossus' costume looks like a costume. It's all soft looking. It does not look hard at times. It definitely looks like you're wearing a costume, and that is not metal skin. Speaking of Colossus, so he doesn't look as good as he could. But the other thing, his fighting is so disappointing. The Colossus that I know from comic books and from the limited movies I've seen, the cartoon type shows, he's super tough. And then he's getting beat up. It's just dumb. He's dumb. He's dumb. He doesn't know how to fight. He's stupid. Oh, I can't stand it. Meh. His fighting was pretty lame-o. Boo. The good. Funny, dark sense of humor with this guy. Great breaking the fourth wall. Like, he constantly breaks the fourth wall. It's really funny how he even does. He comments on Ryan Reynolds. He comments on the budget they have and all those super things. It's super fun. It's great. He really pays off Colossus, which is a super goody two-shoes X-Men in this. Versus, we got Deadpool, which is going to do what he wants to do. He's kind of mercenary attitude. This movie is also fast-paced, easy to follow, easy to sit back and relax. It does not a lot of thinking. You just enjoy it. And you can tell Ryan Reynolds loves this character. Definitely was a passion project for him. In summary, I just love this whole movie. I love the lower budget theme. I like how they make it work. They have to rely on character development. They have to rely on interactions between the other mutants. They have to be clever with the fighting. They have to be, you can just tell it was a budget. And then they even made fun of that. And it was also funny too. I really enjoyed that as well. I just love the background of the underdog coming up and making a cool movie like this. I really don't mind the low effects of the costumes. I get over the fact that Colossus is a big dork. I mean, I think that was part of, he was like a comedic relief, which I'm not a huge fan of that, where they use a guy that I like and make him a comic relief, but whatever. It was kind of cool. Torture stuff was a little overkill, but overall, guys, I did enjoy this movie and I do recommend it. That's why I'm giving Deadpool 2016 movie a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10.
Peace, yeah, boy.